How do you install an operating system from a USB drive? Have you ever wondered how to install an operating system from a USB drive? This method is not only practical but also quite straightforward. Let's break it down step by step so you can get your system up and running smoothly. First, you need to prepare a bootable USB drive. To do this, you will need the installation files for the operating system you want to install. For Windows, you can download an official ISO image or use the media creation tool provided by Microsoft. If you are looking to install a Linux distribution, visit the distribution's website to download the appropriate ISO file. Next, you will need a utility to create that bootable USB drive. This tool will format the USB drive and copy the OS files in a way that makes it bootable. Some popular options include the Windows Media Creation tool for Windows or Rufus and Balena, Etcher for Linux ISO files. Make sure your USB drive has at least 8 GB of storage to hold the OS files comfortably. Once your USB drive is ready, it's time to configure the computer where you want to install the operating system. Insert the bootable USB drive into the computer and restart it. During startup, you will need to enter the BIOS or Unified Extensible Firmware Interface settings. This usually involves pressing a specific key, like F2, F10, Del, or ESC, depending on your computer's manufacturer. In the BIOS or Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, locate the boot order settings and set the USB drive as the first boot device. After saving the changes, exit the BIOS or Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Your computer will restart and boot from the USB drive. Now that your computer is booting from the USB, the operating system installation program will start. Follow the on-screen instructions to select your language, region, and installation preferences. You will then choose the target disk or partition where the operating system will be installed. It's a good idea to back up any important data, as this step may involve formatting or partitioning drives. Proceed with the installation, which may take several minutes depending on the operating system and your hardware. After the installation is complete, your computer will typically restart. At this point, you may need to remove the USB drive to boot into the newly installed operating system. It's worth noting that installing Windows often requires an activation key during or after the installation process. Linux distributions can vary widely, but many provide live environments that allow you to try the operating system before committing to the installation. For macOS, the process is more restricted and usually requires Apple hardware. Using a USB drive for installation is faster than using optical media, and it is also more portable and reusable. This method is especially useful for modern laptops and desktops that do not come with optical drives. In summary, installing an operating system from a USB drive involves preparing a bootable USB, configuring your computer to boot from it, and following the installation prompts. With these steps, you will be well on your way to setting up your operating system efficiently.